everyone, it's Nicole the Blind Mage, and today I'm doing a video about magic and how magic, your spells, or wishes can be affected by your word choice. When it comes to spells, I've read that when you're creating a spell and incantation, that you have to be careful with words you use. That if it's too vague, you leave behind a lot of loopholes, or the spell isn't strong enough to be cast. But if you have too many details, then it's crowded and there's not a space for energy to create what you're trying to intend. A good example is with doing the chord cutting spell. So what that is you can either do this through meditation, or you can do a more physical version with 2 candles. And what you do with candles is, in one candle, you carve your name, and in the other candle, you carve the name of the person you want to break up with. And then you intertwine the wicks, and you light the candles. And while the wicks burn away, it symbolizes your connection being broken.
Ooh.
And while they're burned away, mentally you're supposed to think of who the person is and why you want to be broken from them. So you can't just say, I hate this guy because he's my ex. Okay, but what kind of way do you want to be away from him? Do you never want to see him again? Do you want to protect your heart from being hurt again by his interaction with you, etc.? But if you go into a full tangent or a full life story, then it's too many details. It doesn't work as well. Another thing to keep in consideration when casting spells is your emotions. If you're too angry or sad, this will cause negative energy to interfere with your spell and may have a negative outcome instead of what you're trying to achieve. So a lot of times you recommend that when you cast a spell to be centered and be calm, and like with meditation, have calming positive thoughts, because your emotions will influence your power and your magic. And sometimes when you're angered or scared, you lash out, and this may be done for your magic accidentally. When creating spells with emotions, as I said, you have to be careful. And an example is when you're creating a ward or a protection circle. So when you are about to do a ritual or create a potion, it's recommended that you create a circle of protection around yourself. And what this entails is that you take either chalk, white stones, or salt, and you draw a circle around yourself. And before you close the circle, you ensure that you have a representation of the 4 elements, which a lot of people have incense for air, pile of rocks or ground for earth, a candle for fire, and a bowl of water. And once you have 4 of them, you close the circle and you start your ritual. But because the circle is infused with your power, if there's any negativity to it, it will create cracks in your ritual, in your circle, which will allow either evil spirits or evil entities or gods and goddesses to influence you. So a tradition that a lot of people are into is on their birthday, blowing up candles on their birthday cake, making a wish or on a desire that they want in the future. And it's funny because a lot of people don't realize that wishes are another form of magic. And that originally blowing out candles on your birthday cake was a pagan tradition. People use wishes as a way to either have a focus on what they desire, or if they truly believe in it, a quicker way to achieve their goals. But in reality, a wish can grant what you want, but it's not free. There's always a cost or exchange for what you desire. For example, say you wish for $1,000. Well, money can't disappear out of thin air. It has to come either from someone's bank account or trust fund or loan. And it's interesting because of the fact a lot of people think that a wish will be an easier way to gain what they desire, not realizing that there's other ways they can achieve their same goal. Another way to have a wish granted is to find a magical lamp, which will contain a genie, or its proper term is a jinn. And it's ironic that a lot of people think jinns are like the genie from the Disney movie Aladdin, that they're nice, they're friendly, that they will go out their way to help their master, and they have no evil intent.
Nope.
When in reality, jinns aren't necessarily good or evil. They're being of magic that are trying to find a way to have the upper hand or have the biggest and most positive outcome for the situation they're in. So when they hear wishes, their first thought is to find any loophole they can use to their advantage. An example of this is, say a person wished that I would be showered in gold, which you'd think they just want to have a piece of gold fall on their lap and they become rich. Where in general here, they will be showered in gold, which means they will create a shower of molten gold because that's what they wish for.
Ouch.
Yeah. And a lot of times, jinns will trick their masters to be freed, therefore that they have control of their own powers, instead of being a slave to another person. So, lamps and jinns come from Middle Eastern traditions and folklore. And in Asian cultures, they have the same concept, only instead of being a lamp, they refer to it as a monkey's paw. And it's interesting that instead of having 3 wishes, they get 5 because it's a hand. But again, like with the lamp, you have to be careful with your phrasing when using the paw for wishes. And I think a really good example of this is in the anime That's Hollet. They show a woman get a monkey paw from the shop, and they show not only her wishes, but also the actual outcome of each wish. And it shows that even though her wishes were good and innocent, each one had a negative backlash. The point of this video is to show different examples of how a person's words can either aid or hinder their spells. Even as it's sometimes shown as a wish instead of a spell, it's still the same concept. And a good piece of advice is, before you cast any spell, incantation, or wish, is to write it on a piece of paper and to study it. Look for any loopholes that you may see and correct it, and make sure that the words are precise and to the point. Because any weakness in your sentence or spell or incantation is a weakness that can be used against you. I hope this video is helpful. Like I said, I'm still a novice when it comes to magic, and I hope through my own experiences and advice that it can help others that are on the same magical journey as myself. If you have any questions or comments, please post them down below and let me know if this video is helpful, if you want more videos like this, or if there's anything that you'd like more details about that I covered today. And until next time, blessed be.